Hi, everybody. John Melby with Become Demand Driven and WA Solutions USA. I'm here with another one of my videos to try and enlighten the supply chain community. Here's a quick slide about who I am. You can pause the video and look through that if you'd like, but otherwise, let's get moving. I want to use something that kind of is taken from. I'm not sure if this is exactly the use of what we call an evaporating cloud or a conflict cloud, but I want to use this concept to describe something I've recently figured out. The concept that we're talking about is that this conflict cloud or evaporating cloud, we start with the goal, right? And in this case, the goal is customer on-time delivery. And we have two possible paths to achieve that. One is to execute with precision, which requires a highly accurate forecast. And the other is to execute with agility, which requires some sort of a forecast, some level of accuracy, but not 100% accurate, because we're focused on adapting the processes that we're doing, adapting those to reality. And the assumptions on the left side of this cloud are that precision is possible over long periods of time, and that we expect no changes to happen in that horizon between today and whenever we need to complete the task. On the right side, the assumption is that plans will be disrupted in some way. We don't know for sure how, but we know that changes are real and they will occur often. And in the traditional use of this tool, at least in my experience, which may not be exactly how everybody experiences. So please correct me if I'm wrong, but let's continue with the idea that this is an either or. This is a way to show my way is the right way or my way is the wrong way. It's a way to kind of compare two different thought processes and determine where is it exactly that we find the conflict. In this case, 100% accurate forecast or not 100% accurate forecast, and we're marching to different orders, and that's where the conflict comes in. So in that either or world where we have to pick one side to follow, we're gonna choose based on our arguments of what this is, which way to go. And my statement here is that we can argue to prove that we are right and stubbornly hold on to our beliefs, or we can discuss to prove that we're curious and open to adapting to new information once we find out that new information. My bold statement that I've been using so often is that traditional planning, the tools that we're all using, cannot work in the world we live in today. How do I know this? Because every single person that I've ever heard of takes the output from traditional MRP and manipulates it using a spreadsheet program. If it worked, we wouldn't need the spreadsheet. So lean was developed because traditional MRP wasn't enough. Theory of constraints also. Traditional planning didn't cover everything we needed to cover. And traditional planning seems theoretically promising, but anytime there's any kind of a disruption, traditional planning goes into a tailspin. People are working on better forecasting. We're working on reducing variability. We're working on just-in-time manufacturing, integrated business forecasting, sales and operations planning. All of these tools are developed with the idea that we need to make precision work, and these tools are driving to help us make precision work. And what the result is an epic battle between stability and agility. And we've all known for years we've been trying to achieve agility. Well, then why are we spending all of our efforts to achieve stability? So here's the twist of everything. And I'm going to use this same kind of a format, even though the evaporating cloud has kind of gone away. The tool that I want to talk about is demand-driven MRP. And in demand-driven MRP, we use strategic inventory positions that are independently managed, and that allows agile execution. Inside of that, and in between those strategic inventory positions, we've created separate planning horizons in between those positions that can be managed separately, and that allows precise execution. So from the conflict cloud we had a minute ago, what I see is that we've deconflicted because the two paths naturally coexist within DDMRP. We have our independent positions of inventory that are managed that allows agility, but in between those positions, and those positions create the possibility that we can be very precise inside of those planning horizons. And once we realize it doesn't have to be an either or scenario, it changes what's possible. And just a side note, the amount of variability that we absorb is not limitless, but we can handle a lot of variability, and the amount of variability we can handle is based on those inventory positions and how much inventory we place there. And once we realize we don't have to figure out that one side doesn't have to win and the other side loses, we understand that the goal is to resolve the conflict, not picking one over the other. It's figuring out how can we achieve both. And that's what DDMRP does. We can execute with precision where possible, and we execute with agility where it makes sense, right? So they influence each other. They allow the possibilities to exist at the same time if we don't think we have to come up with a one-size-fits-all solution. The DDMRP is what allows us to disconnect the conflict, and we'll execute with precision where it makes sense, and we'll execute with agility where that makes sense. And DDMRP allows both of those things to happen, which guarantees that we will get closer to the customer on-time delivery. There's another slide about me. If you find this interesting and intriguing, please reach out. Any of the email addresses on the list. And at the bottom there, there's a connection to all the links for me. Please reach out and let's have a conversation if you find this an intriguing idea. Thank you very much.